Okay. Okay, let's tear down the bolt for a Kimber 82 Government 82G. I'm going to find this clip that goes over the extractors. I'm going to find one side is wide and the other is half the width. I'm going to take on that side and just take like a jeweler's size screwdriver and pick that loose. I'm not going to stretch it. Be very careful not to pull and stretch this clip, but I'm going to get it to come off and just slide off of there. And you can see that it is narrow on one side and only one little leg comes out. And then on the right hand side, looking down from the top, the right hand side is the wide tab. Okay, and then I'm going to take the extractors out. They'll just fall out of the side. There's not a spring in the middle like some guns, and these are exactly the same except for one of them's been filed. If you're looking down on the round top part of the bolt, this one's on the right with the sharp edge filed into it by Gunsmith, and then the left one is unfiled. So I believe when you buy the parts, you buy these and then you take one of them and file it, just for information purposes. I think a lot of brands are that way. Now, as far as the bolt, it's in the cock position when it comes out of the gun, so I'm going to grab it with cloth. You don't have to do that. It makes it a little more pleasant, and unlock the bolt. And now it's loose. And then this 5/64, I think it is, hex. It's not righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This is right, or clockwise is loosen. And it should just snap and come loose. You can wiggle this bolt head to find the sweet spot where it just comes out easily. And you can see that this is a custom little stop screw or bolt locks. I forget what to call it. Anyway, you can look that up on Numeric and the schematics and see what they call it. But you see the tip looks like that. Okay, so far so good. This should go on and off smoothly if this pin is properly centered. That's what we're going to take out next. You'll see that I'll look from the round to the top side. You'll see there's this pretty wide pin in there, and it's also flush on the underside. And at this point, we only have, I think, 4 parts left in there. So I'm just going to knock this out gently with a punch, and the punch is going to help me not send parts across the room. So when the pin falls out onto the bench, the punch is retaining it, so you want to pull the punch out while you're, listen, that's how strong it is. That would have flown across the room. And then coming out, you'll see that we've got a spring. We've got this thing that drives the firing pin. I forget what the name is, sorry. And it locks into the firing pin like this. And then that flat part is pointing down toward the ground on the bottom side of the bolt where there's a little window here, and you can see that when it's assembled, that flat part there. But it's all comes out, and then you're going to take the spring out. And then this one, I'll show you the original spring and the one I'm putting in there. The original one, a little more shiny, and it's crooked right there. Somebody abused a little bit, so I've got a spare. I'm going to put that in there. But clean out the firing pin channel, all these recesses, a pipe cleaner or something through that firing pin hole, get out this thing spotless, and then all of this clean. Inspect the firing pin. It should be really sharp and rectangle on the end there, and it should be very and you should see that in the brass when it fires. The fired brass should show that pattern. So let's pretend like we cleaned it, swapped out the spring, and then let's put it back together, I guess. So I'll have the bottom of the bolt up with this window there, and the firing pin, I will lock this down into it and then kind of pinch those together and then slide in together, and holding those together, I'll push this all the way, and you'll see there's a oval window here. That's where that pin is going back through, not here. And this is where we're threading that little bolt back in. But this longer one is where the pin's going back through. Okay, so what I'm going to do is usually one side or the other is easier, but there's not, you can put the pin in either side either way. But watch when I have the pin down pressing on top of the spring, and then you can hear it grinding. So the pin is down on that firing pin spring. So if I push it in a little bit and then hold the pin, it'll kind of grab the, so that lets you know you're in pretty good shape. Now you could turn this over and press this down on a hard bench. I find if you try to use a punch to compress the spring, it'll slip and go right down the center. So I use a flathead. So I'm just going to brace it into the pad and then try to get down on the bottom of that spring so the screwdriver stays out of the way, and then get past the pin. It's not going to be easy, and then it goes in part way. And now you should be able to get this out. And you'll notice the pin is at an angle because of the pressure of the spring, but it is in there holding the spring back. So what you can do without, it's about halfway past the head of the spring, so it's not going to hurt it. So I'm just going to gently tap until it's flush. Now, I might have got lucky and it went through the other side, but sometimes you have to put a screwdriver down in there and push one end of the pin in a little bit while tapping to get it to go all the way through. I actually got really lucky there. So I'm going to take a punch and just touch it a little bit further. Yeah, it's definitely flush. Came out too far the other side. So the way to tell that's flush, it's all back together, is this will fit down over it. If it won't, it'll be catching on that pin, but it's fine. So then now I'll take the little stop bolt, screw, pin, whatever. And remember, this is counterclockwise. So, you know, I don't think I need to, but I could put just a microscopic amount of oil on those threads. I don't think I need it, but just kind of like an anti-seize. Make sure it comes out easily later. I'll find the hole and see that hole once you find that. And I would turn it, left is tight, and so I would turn it right for a minute and let it click. Hear it click. Those threads we're finding those threads, and then slowly left-hand turn to get it started. I want absolutely no stripping. I would be screwed if I broke or stripped one of these parts. And then I'm just gonna just barely kind of, look, finger tighten it. And then I've got the bolt. I can hold it with a rag if I need to, but recock it. Now all I have to do is put the extractor and the helper back in. So the one that is filed sharp goes on the right, drops in there. And then the one that's more unfiled, the helper, goes to the left. So filed sharp, dull left from the top of the bolt where it's round. I'm going to take the clip, I'm going to take the fat end, and it's going to go on the right hand side. And then I'm going to kind of push this and make it wrap around as far as I can get it. Then I'm going to get under it with the screwdriver and sort of push it without stretching it, pull it over the edge of the bolt. So it's past the extractor, you know, past the beginning, past the end of the extractor, all the way over. And if I flip it over on the bottom, I can see that I have the half width leg here and the full width leg here on the right side. I flip it back over, full width, half width from the top, sharp, dull, sharp, dull. And then I'm going to check those, make sure that they are strong and spring loaded, and that this clip still has all of its strength and it's tightly pinching. It looks good. So I think we're good to go now. That should function check perfectly. I hope that might help somebody.